Welcome to Tuesday Night Beer with a Broker. How you doing, Keith?
Beer with the Broker. I'm doing good.
What do you want to talk about?
Cheers. Hit me with a good real estate story. Hit me with the craziest thing you've ever seen a buyer do at a showing.
You don't want to talk about...
I mean, we can go there, but that's...
I mean, no, we can't tell that story yet. It's not closed. Sorry. We have to wait until it's closed.
After it's closed, we're going to give you a good one.
So what you got? Ask me for a buyer story.
I got a good one. Okay. Sales call. I'm at the office, and I get there. I don't know who I'm meeting, Reba. We'll call her Reba, older lady. I show up. I'm in my Buick. But you know what Buick it was? It was the Old Century, Petticolas's Buick. Mm-hmm. So I show up, and
if a car had a permanent frown, that's what this car was.
Yeah. And it's her and the man. Then they're older. I'd say mid-60s. And this is like a 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath house. Super dated though in the 60s. I had already been there once before, and it was an estate sale. So I did a courtesy text and said, "Hey, I'm showing." I didn't get any reply back. Nothing like that. So I show up, and at the time I didn't notice anything. Like, I didn't realize that there was a car parked on the other side of the street. It was that corner house. There was another car parked here. I didn't realize anything. So I pop open the lockbox. I open the house up, and I didn't announce that I was there. Now I do. That from this incident. Now that's the reason why I yell. So I just walk in casual. These guys are casual. I'm like, take a look around. I'm being super gentle, because I don't know these guys. And a lady veers off down the hallway. Now it's an older house, so it's a hallway and all the bedrooms are off of it. So we're walking down there, and there's these teenagers in this room, and we're walking almost side by side. I'm like a smidge behind her. And then we turn the corner together, and here's these teenagers doing the nasty. I mean, he's getting it. Her head's at the window, so her back's to the door. He's
How did they not hear anybody coming?
I guess they were wrapped up in the moment, the heat of the passion of love.
I'm also very familiar with this house, and I'm curious because the house was unoccupied. So how did they get in? Who are they?
It was on that couch, that leftover from that sale, that one room that had the table with that couch.
That's gross.
Right on that couch, dude.
So
she was bent over the back of that.
How did they get keys to the house?
I don't know. I don't know if they had an extra.
I wonder if they were related.
I definitely think it was family members.
Oh, sorry, family. Well, they probably don't.
Yeah. And it was because all she said was, "Oh my goodness," and then they were like freaking out, and she couldn't even move. The lady was freaking out. The teenage girl was freaking out, and they pulled the drawers up so fast and got out of there.
Please tell me you were just like, and they don't come with the house.
I didn't have to. The old man was like, "Well, that was a lot of excitement." Or no, that was a lot of action. It was super funny. That was probably one of the craziest things that's ever happened to me at a showing. I've seen a lot of snakes. I've had a couple guns pulled on me, showing acreage and stuff.
I did have a gun. It wasn't pointed at me, but it was pulled on me. And then she politely put it back in her pocket. I was in a suit, so I think that helped me out.
Yeah, being in a suit never is a bad thing when you're out and about conducting business. Automatically gives you authority.
Doing the nasty in an old lady's showing.
Doing the nasty. I was like, oh my goodness, me and this old lady, I don't know her. She's basically a stranger. And here we are. I was like, oh my goodness. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite stories.
I don't think I deal with enough crazy. I think the crazy just happens in the transaction, like fighting other agents and stuff like that.
Do some Pop-Tart, man.
A Pop-Tart is a reference used when we don't know anything about the client and we just go show them a house. It's actually a pretty big safety concern for most realtors that aren't 6-something guys. Right. So, Pop-Tarts are not recommended for most agents, but they are very interesting.
Yeah, do your qualifying questions. Are you pre-approved? Are you working with an agent?
This isn't for agents. This is for entertainment.
Okay, they still need to do their qualifying. Don't meet anybody out at a strange house unless it's a realtor.
Did you report what happened or just let it go?
Oh, I just let it go. It wasn't for their liking anyway, so. But that always sticks with me. So now, anytime I go into a house, hello, is anybody home?
You believe in ghosts?
No, you ever seen one?
Well, I went into a basement. I don't think I was alone. My seller and my buyer and I went into this basement, and we both felt the need to get out in a very, very, very fast. It wasn't like creepy old house. I've been in a lot of creepy old basements. It's not just a creepy old basement. Pretty sure I saw a sex dungeon one time. I guess that's an interesting story. So there is a house on Crest Drive in Cleveland that was remodeled, but underneath in the crawl space, and I say crawl space because it had water in it, I believe. It was actually supposed to be a basement, but you had like the 4-block walls that were the basement, and then inside those walls, someone had built other rooms out of concrete blocks with no windows in them. So you could walk from room to room, and there was a shower down there, like an old rusty shower, and that was pretty creepy. But no, we're pretty sure a ghost chased us out of this house in Athens.
Well, the only house that I've been in that I feel was haunted or had some juju going on was the Eves house.
Ooh.
I mean, I wasn't showing property, but the photo with the guy standing there, the gram and stuff that was put on the wall, so the eerie feeling that cribbled up your spine when you walked through that place.
We need to go back. Some person running, right?
Dave Sanders. Decent.
To make a broad array of content so we can strip it and put it in interesting
places. Yeah, for sure. But Dave Sanders, modest, decent. Leadership.
The year is 2016. 2017, something like that. No, it's not.
It's before that, dude.
The year is like 2010.
Yeah.
Keith tells me about this house he actually accidentally stumbled on in Decatur. Did I say Keith? I meant a good friend named...
Yeah, it's all right. You can
So we all collectively decide that we should explore the house. Whether or not we had written permission was one thing we're not going to disclose right now. We were all under the age.
Tom, I'm for hire.
It's a very historic house. It was built in the 1850s. It was a school. I believe it was a plantation house because it faces the river. And I think there might be a slave house on the property because there's a tiny little shack that's like 100 yards away from the house that's all grown up. It's a really creepy place.
It was definitely a plantation house.
We go in. It's called the SS Eves house if anybody wants to look it up. I'll throw a picture in here for your entertainment. Not one that I took, that whether or not I was necessarily ever there. But let's say, hypothetically, we were there and we did decide to go in the house. The door opened. It wasn't B&E. It was just entering.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, you just open the door. And we go in and it's just this beautiful, like, mahogany-looking wood finishes everywhere. Gorgeous staircase. Middle of summer, so you're not really expecting to walk into the master bedroom and it get like a chill of 60 degrees!
And this is a big 2-story double wraparound porches in the front. Beautiful columns, have like an old 60s style swing.
Think Southern plantation house, and this is the like Victorian style.
Yeah, picturesque. I mean, this thing was like cut right out of a magazine.
If I do this right, they're looking at it right now.
All right, you got to see this sucker.
It really probably was beautiful in its glory days, but you can definitely tell that this house has gone through some stuff.
And it's a little eerie. Like, even the property itself, like when you're walking up on the house. Because if you're at the road and you're not paying attention, at least back in 2010, it was so overgrown you couldn't even see it.
The house just gives you all these chills. We decided to go in there, literally chills, like cold breezes. The kitchen had all the windows boarded up on the back, and there was a walkway into the kitchen, but also a hidden set of stairs behind the wall in the kitchen to get from the upstairs to the downstairs if you didn't want to be seen.
On the back side.
On the back of the house, like where you would put a garage on a modern day house, was just a wall and a hidden set of stairs. Aside from the other stairs, like the main stairs. Really weird place. Full of Meigs County newspapers back when there was a newspaper there, and
yeah,
super creepy. The
old furniture, the books. The books were from the 20s and 30s, 40s,
1800 books as well.
Yeah, there were some even older ones. There was, and the bookcase was set, so you had to go up the stairs, and it was set at the end of that hall. You know, so the sun was kind of gleaming on these books.
And you have to almost go out to the wraparound porch to get to the bookcase, hypothetically. You know, our drones looked in the windows or whatever. And it was really interesting.
What'd you tell them about the toys? The little trinkets in the cigar box. And what happened after?
I don't remember exactly what happened.
Oh, well, let me tell you. So inside this house, there were
I remember the toys.
Belongings.
They were in the cigar box.
We put them in the cigar box.
Did we? We
Yeah.
just found the cigar box?
Yeah. We found the cigar box in that garage thing. Like.
Oh, the one where the power shouldn't come on but does?
Yeah, that one. So there was like old like Kraft macaroni stuff. I mean, there were like old jars and whatnot, but there was this old cigar box. And then inside the house, there were like old tin toys, like metal toys. You know, a pop-up thing. There were like a couple cars, you know, like little like kid stuff. And
if your kids are born in 1901.
Yeah, we decided, we'll take these and show them off. Now, we weren't going to steal them. I mean, we had intentions to bring them back anyways. But we decided to take these and show them off. Like, oh, yeah, check this out, what we found. This old shit. Maybe it's worth some money, you know, whatever the hell. And we took it from the property. We put it in the cigar box. We put it in the car, and we left. And then we're showing this stuff. And then all of a sudden, stuff starts happening to the car. Now, we didn't know it at the time, but literally the electrics of the car, as we were leaving the property, we were getting down on the gravel road from the property.
The car got stuck on the property. It wouldn't start.
The car's electrical went haywire. The whole lights, I mean, we're just running and then just off. The ignition too. And then like, it was the weirdest thing.
That was the first time the reverse went out, was in that driveway too. Like, it wouldn't back up. We're trying to get out of this place and we cannot back out. So weird.
So, you know, but me and Dave, you know, we you know, this is like a mid-90s Mustang, you know. We're used to cars doing whatever. So we're not thinking too much of it, you know. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but, you know, whatever. It just glitched out. We're, you know, coming up with a reason, you know, some rational reason. And then we have these toys, and we're bringing them around. You know, we're showing them to our friends and our family, and we're talking about them. And stuff continues to happen to us. Stuff keeps happening to the car. Stuff keeps happening where we bring these things. Remember at my mom's house?
What happened
that
there?
vase got broke. We were all sitting around the table, and the only rational thing is that somebody accidentally bumped it and didn't realize they bumped it. But where she kept the microwave and there was the glass up there and it broke. But none of us were around it to break it. We were all sitting at the table.
I don't remember the vase. I do remember where it sat, though.
Yeah, and it broke. And everyone, you know, me and you at this point were like, oh, we know why it broke.
We did decide to take all the toys back because we were scared as
stuff kept happening, like, and it wasn't like nobody got hurt or anything, but it was like things that couldn't be explained kept happening.
There's only one item
around these toys.
We thought we took everything back. We took everything in that cigar box and all the toys back. Well, except a piece of the cigar box.
Yep.
But there's a book that we forgot to take back. So we have one book and a piece of that cigar box. Thankfully, nothing hangs
nothing
out.
else bad happened. Where is that book? Is that in your room?
I don't know.
Probably a Durkee Road.
I'm not going back inside that house without permission.
Heck no.
I have since spoken to the owner. We've talked. We're good.
Yeah, I've tried to list it.
Beautiful property.
Oh yeah, it is beautiful. It's the only property on the Hiawassee to Tennessee that has a ferry easement recorded with the deed. So TVA can't stop you. Only ferry easement, and it's with the deed. So any new owners of that gets to have that easement because it carries with the deed. You can't undo it.
Start the ferry back up.
Yeah.
That'd be
Get
fun.
over to Ray County fast.
I don't know who needs to go from the boonies in Decatur to the boonies in Ray County, but if they do,
we can be your hookup. We thought it'd be a great place for an amusement park. I mean, it's beautiful.
or a
there.
history center
Or, yeah.
/ amusement park.
Museum, history place. Meigs County is full of good history.
I mean, people would pay to ride the ferry.
People would play to ride the Ferris wheel too, man.
You come from Cleveland, hey, we go check out this historic plantation house and then ride the ferry next to it.
Yeah. It'd be cool to have it on one of those TV shows. Ghost Hunters.
Well, we did that too, but we lost all the... We took a lot of pictures up there and saw faces in them and stuff, but we lost all that to a tablet that got ruined.
This one photo, totally. I showed it to my uncle, Chuck, and he was spooked. Now, he's like really into this paranormal stuff because he lived in a haunted house one time.
He lived up the street from this one too.
Yeah, he lived up the street from this one. But he, had already dealt with the paranormal before. So when he went to this property, all the hair on his body stood up. And that was the icing on the cake. And this was years later. Like, I had told him about the picture. I think I actually showed it to him back in the day, but he didn't know where it was. I just asked him, if this was real. And he was like, oh, yeah, that's legit. And then later, I took him there. Because, he's, kind of interested in that, So I take him there. All his hair, literally, on his arms, his back of his neck, all of it just stands straight up. And he's like, yep, there's something here. He refused to go in. He was like, nope, nope. Been through this before. Nope. I'm not, no.
Beer with a Broker was brought to you by Chattanooga Brewing Company, Chattanooga, Tennessee. We're drinking American Lager.
It's good.
It's all right.
I like it.
That's not bad.
Pairs well with wings, pizza, and fries like any other fucking beer. This is great.
Beer with a pairing.
It's got a pairing on the back. Pairs well with wings, pizza, and fries.
Anything else you want to film while we're here? No.
I didn't bring it up.
Funny story. I buy a bunch of recording equipment. You can't see all of it right now. You can see the backdrop, but we have 4 studio lights, and I have them all set up, and Keith walks into my bedroom right when I bought them, and he was like, what are you doing in here? And I think he was assuming that it was for a different purpose than it was.
Dave is a single man, okay?
You can find me at OnlyFans at Dave the Dominator.
I don't know what he was doing or what he was trying to do. But I knew when I was going to use the shit too, so.
These are sacred.
When the cat's away, the mice will play.
I'm going to have these blessed. I'm going to have the priest come and bless my equipment.
I'm going to bless them with my special blessings. I got another good one for you, man. Why don't you tell them the story about in Bel Air?
Which one? Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, the public doesn't know I own that yet. They
Okay.
haven't seen its beauty.
Oh, that's right. You guys haven't seen any of it yet. But there's a video. It's coming out. Check his YouTube or whatever.
I might actually go ahead and put the video out there.
Yeah.
1950.
You did put the video out?
No, I haven't, but I might go ahead and put it out.
Oh, he needs to. Let me tell you. Introduce this fucking thing, man.
Well, I guess I can make the intro for the video here, and if you see it somewhere else, you can just be like, I knew that was coming. Introducing a
1956.
Introducing a 1956 Chevy Bel Air, inherited by the late Carl Austin Sanders. Gramps. Finally got her started. Check out this video.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that the reason why I bring it up because I keep looking at these boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Year 1956.
You guys can't see this, but if you turn the camera around right now, I have 2 door panels, some seat stuff, a back glass.
You got a slew of stuff for this car.
My parts are just laying here in this room on the other side of the studio for the Bel Air.
And what are your plans with this car? What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to fix it up to make it road ready, not showroom or anything. I actually am going to drive the car.
It's going to be a driver.
I'll probably do open houses in it.
Tell us the specs on it. What you got underneath the hood?
She's a 350. Interestingly, one of the heads doesn't match. It has a Vortec head and then a classic, like 60s or 70s 350 head. She's running a 4-barrel Edelbrock, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got all the chrome pieces and stuff, all the pretties. They just need to be shined up. Ford 9-inch rear end. I don't know the ratio on it. It's a badass. Unfortunately, that's all the time we had for Beer with a Broker, and it's just something that we were playing around, making a couple videos. Hope that you enjoyed it today and you enjoyed looking at this beautiful car. Stay tuned to watch some of my other content, and be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you.